Who's still standing? Okay, y'all sitting down, but y'all still standing. Right. So Peter's going to give us a cue. Ryan, he says we're ready, so you can come on up here and grab your microphone. Sheena, if you want to grab your microphone. Trey was supposed to be here, but we don't know where Trey is. So we're going to lure him anyway. Yes. So tell me when to start, Peter. So we're live now? Okay, we're live? Well, bless God, we're already live. So welcome to this game called Life. I am yours truly, Coach PBJ, and I am here with some of my past co-hosts, Rashina Burt, my seed, and also my friend, my brother by another mother, Ryan Mobley. And tonight, y'all just going to experience what we do. We just talk about what we talk about. And if there's any questions coming or anything y'all want us to talk about in the audience, just raise your hand, give us your question, and we will be sure to address it. So, Ryan, it has been a moment since you have been with us on this podcast. What has been happening in your world? On the bottom.
All right. I think I'm in there now. Not much has been going on since the last time we talked. Life has been life.
Life.
But I don't know if I want to bring on that. A lot of work drama going on. So we'll just kind of let that go. I'm trusting God.
Bless God. For all of y'all who work at CDC, we just praying for y'all. We just point your hands around the room for all the CDCers. We praying for y'all.
I know that's right.
I retired. Did I tell y'all that? I want to do it.
You just had to rub that
I
in,
had to
huh?
rub that
I know
in.
you did.
And Rashina Birch.
Hey.
Sheena is here visiting us for a month from LA, and we're excited to have her here. So, Sheena, what has happened since the last time you've been on the podcast?
The last time I was on the podcast, we were, as many of you may know, I work in entertainment, Hollywood, and we were at the brink of just starting strike, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So now we're about 2 months into strike, and life has been lifing for me in a beautiful way. I get to wake up when I want to and do what I want to.
Me too. Me too.
I'm leaving for Mexico on Tuesday,
Show
and
off.
Right.
you know, life has been lifing beautifully. No, but in all seriousness, taking this moment to just be still, because most of you guys know, like when I'm working, like we're working. So taking this moment to just breathe and reconnect with myself and tap into some other things and gifts and hobbies that I haven't had time to do because of other works. So that's what I've been up to.
Well, thank you both for joining me at Hot, because they didn't know that they was going to be doing this. But, you know, when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, right?
There you go.
And so we like to stay ready. So, Ryan, you didn't get a chance to join us last season 2, because he was traveling, going out of the country and things like that. But, Ryan, one of the things that we were talking about is matters of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Sheena, did you get a chance to talk on? Yeah. Sheena was a part of that podcast. We talked about matters of the mind. So, Ryan, when I talk about matters of the mind to you, what does that say to you? What does that mean for you?
Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus.
He's so
That's
saved.
the first thing that comes to
He
my
real
mind.
saved, ain't he? I love it. But that's the truth, right? Let this mind be in you, right?
Which was also in Christ Jesus. I think a lot of the problems and issues that proceed, that we experience, proceed out of what's going on in our head, what's happening between our two ears. And once we take and adopt the Christ mind, we learn to live above many of those types of challenges. So yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when you say that.
So Ryan, you said to adopt the Christ mind, and you know, often when I pray for the mind of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I pray for the heart of Christ. I pray for the will of Christ, right? And so when you talk about the mind of Christ, that's a whole different type of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that we talked about, Ryan and I used to work in the same office back in the day when I was employed at CDC, but I have since retired. I just want to make sure I keep letting y'all know that.
We know.
But back in the days when I worked at CDC and Ryan and I both worked in HR, we would meet in Ryan's office almost every morning and just talk about our thought process and talk about our mind. Ryan and I both found ourselves in a different place, a different setting, a reset if you would,
A journey.
of our lives. And,
Yeah.
you know, we grew up in church together. We were grown, we met, but we kind of grew. Our spiritual journey
Yeah.
was a lot in church. And then Ryan and I shared on one of the podcast season is that we didn't even know that we had a lot of the same similar experiences when God told us to do something different.
Yeah.
And of course, the world don't receive it. The world don't understand and make you feel like something is wrong with you. But Ryan and I both knew that that journey was something, and it was ordained by God. It was something that we had to do, and it was like a do or die. Now, it was a scary place to be in because it didn't fit into the norm. It's not what we were taught. It's not how we was growing up. But that journey for me and for you as well with God was so fresh and so renewing. And so I remember as I was going through this journey,